אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהכל נהיה בדברו.
It seems that exile, galut in Hebrew, is an integral part of Jewish history. The first human couple is sent into exile from the Garden of Eden because they ate of the forbidden tree, the fruit of the forbidden tree. Cain, after he kills his brother Abel, is also sent into exile. Abraham, as soon as he arrives in Canaan, there's a famine, and he goes into Egypt in exile. And of course, the most famous exile of them all is Jacob and his sons go to Egypt. They become slaves there. They stay there for 210 years. Terrible exile. You know, the two temples of Jerusalem were destroyed. And what was the effect of the destruction? Consequence was exile from Israel. And as I mentioned in many opportunities, Jews were exiled from all countries of Europe, except for Poland, but they suffered inside Poland plenty. And of course, the most famous expulsion, the most famous exile is the one of 1492, the Spanish exile. They were also expelled from Portugal because of the Inquisition. That wasn't the only exile of the Jewish people. A person who kills another one without intent, it doesn't mean to do it, it's accidental, without intention, has to go into exile, into a city of refuge that was established in Israel for that purpose. So exile is a punishment, and there's hardly anything worse than to be taken away from your normal habitat. You know, you're used to something and suddenly you find yourself in a strange place. You don't understand what they're talking. You don't know what people mean when they say things. You don't know the streets. You don't know the area. You're lost. But there must be some kind of therapeutical aspect to this punishment of exile. Its cause may be misbehavior, mistakes, sin in religious terms. But yet, the Bible prohibits vengeance, so that we must look really for some kind of ingredient that gives this punishment of exile a positive aspect as well. I think civilized societies offer an opportunity for redoing one's life. Prisons shouldn't be only schools for criminals. It has to provide those that violated the law to learn a new profession, to give them another opportunity in life, to teach them that you can look at things through a different prism. Let us examine exile and its consequences, because I think there are redeeming elements to exile. While its origin is negative, its consequences can have some positive effect. Exile demands learning a new language and customs. Well, when you learn a new language, you learn a new way of looking at the world. It isn't only saying table, mesa, shulchan, the same word in different... No. It means understanding a different society, different mores, different behavior. It means a lot. You have to adapt to new circumstances. That requires intelligence. Well, you have to use your intelligence. In fact, I think that the exiles that the Jewish people suffered throughout the ages gave them tremendous advantages for today's interconnected world. Because nowadays, what you have to look for is think out of the box, think in a different way. And I think the exile gave that possibility to those that suffered it. You know, I think that something like a quarter of Americans never left the United States. The United States is a whole continent. There's plenty to see in the United States, but yet people in different countries had different ways of looking at things, and I think that they miss a lot by not knowing how other people live, because the quality of adaptation requires that you have to move, you have to adapt. You can't be lazy. You have to be on your toes at all times. It makes you use your intelligence. So I think don't look at many mishaps, misfortunes that happens to you in life as a terrible punishment and there's no escape. To the contrary, most things have a positive aspect to them as well, including exile has positive aspects. And if you know how to take advantage of that, your life will become richer. When your son leaves your home and he has to fend for himself, it is true that it will be difficult in the beginning, but he will learn, he will acquire new experiences, and he'll learn how to make decisions by himself. And with each mistake, he's going to learn for the next time an opportunity such as that one arrives. So don't think that misfortunes in this world are terrible. They are terrible, but they also have some redeeming aspects, and accentuate the positive, accentuate the redeeming aspect of these misfortunes.